My name's Jonnie Riordan, I'm 24 and I'm a graduate of Ignition from 2009. I was on my gap year when I met Frantic. I didn't really know how I was going to get a career in the arts, but I wanted a career in the arts. I sort of grew up in a place called Romford in Essex, where there's not really very many opportunities to get engaged in the arts, and for me I had to get myself into London to find things, and actually before Frantic there wasn't anything. And what was brilliant about Ignition is that Frantic were going to East London to find boys, so they sort of took me under their wing, gave me this incredible opportunity to work with Scott Graham, the co-founder of the company, Neil Bettles, who's the associate director, which I kind of think is pretty unique to any company, that you get to work on a project like Ignition but be that close and that involved in the company and get to know those people and have them work you and direct you and better you as you go through it. And after Ignition, it was a case of Frantic pointing me in the right direction and taking me to groups to say, look, here's things you can be doing outside of us. But actually, maybe those opportunities weren't presenting themselves as well as something like Ignition. Actually took a company like Frantic to hold my hand and take me to show me these places that we could go to. And they sort of really worked on further development. I remember Frantic gave us the opportunity to go to Central School of Speech and Drama and just say, look, this is what a drama school is, this is what you could do. And it's something I thought of, but I know definitely within 12 boys from my year, some of them, it just didn't even occur to them that was a thing you could go and do. And I think more or less all of the boys from my year went on to study and train in theatre or dance or performance in some time, so that wouldn't have happened without Frantic. After Ignition, I sort of hung around the company for a bit, kind of doing odd jobs, trying to stay involved, staying in contact with the girls to kind of keep me engaged. And then 3 years ago, they started to employ me as a practitioner. So I've been working for the company in employment for 3 years, getting to travel the world. And one of the things I got to do was I got to lead on Ignition and go out, look for these boys, bring them to London and co-direct the show with Scott and Neil. It's crazy to kind of co-direct the show with the sort of two men that started everything for me, sort of gave me my first opportunity working in theatre. It's brilliant. It was kind of really emotional the first time I did it. Finding these boys and sort of taking ownership of them and taking them under your wing and making stuff with them and throwing them into the deep end and seeing them go through what I did. It's sort of really amazing to see people going through the same process with the hope that they'll sort of go as far as I have in the company. They'll get more and more employment, they'll be working in the industry and they'll have a career sort of set out for them.